Mercenaries 2, what a game. Even though it is a slightly bugged, wriggled mess, especially on PC. On console, I don't think it's as bad, but again, it's been years since I played it on console. So we're going to review obviously the experience on PC. Obviously, bear in mind, Mercenaries 2 is obviously came out in 2000 and I think it's 2008 it came out, so I should have a note somewhere, but I've had to free ball this at the third time now because my dog's a dick yapping. Hey ho. So yeah, came out 2009, and aside from the buggy mess, it is obviously it's predecessor of Mercenaries 1, which came out I think 2005 on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I deem it as still a success. It is an incredible game, which again I've been playing for I think at least 13 years. I've been playing Mercenary 2. Now, obviously, I get loads of questions on can you still get copies on that jazz, and I've stated in videos in the past. I didn't realise, obviously, till a few months back, Mercenary 2 got delisted off the EA store, meaning obviously you can't buy a copy. I bought this Merc 2 back in 2014 when I got the PC. I thought, sack it on sale, I'll get it. I'm kind of glad I did. But you can get copies still on Xbox and PlayStation 3, which I've got I think a couple of copies on the Xbox because I play it that much. I do break it, and I don't know if I'm going to be eventually upgrading to I think EA Play, so I don't know if it's going to transfer over. I have no idea because the last time I tried it when it first came in place, I had issues with the game, not all enemy games transferring over, so I don't want to fear it being lost altogether, hence why there's backups. Now see, because my PC got I have to basically restart my PC from scratch because of my major corruption with the boot, I have unfortunately lost my save, which means I could start again, which I probably will because I fucking love Mercenary 2. I fucking adore this game. I'll start from scratch. It's awesome because people do ads, obviously do make some side videos and that jazz, which I think last one I did was the Nuke Warfare, Nuke Hide and Seek. It was actually with the HVTs, which was hilarious. But now obviously I gotta start from scratch for that. So basically the story goes, obviously you're in Venezuela, there's oil essentially, and you're now to help obviously the Americans with obviously Universal Petroleum, or you help the rebels, but to be honest you help both sides anyway to carry on the story. And spoiler alert, obviously progress through the game, America and China come in, or allies and China, which obviously the lines in the game do take the piss out of it with the chance of allies, oh yeah, America, blah blah blah. Which obviously you have a lot of fucking a lot of toys to play with. Like I said, all the games, all the sections I'm doing, obviously you fight against the corruption of obviously it's overthrow the government because obviously the president in charge is a massive dick cheese. So regardless you do, but there are choices in the game where they do have a permanent effect on what stays and what goes. If I recall, if you're with China, you take out a few key buildings and bridges which do not spawn after you finish the game. Hence why I always choose allies, even though I don't like the allies base, but because the area allies are in, you don't lose much essentially. Whereas if you with the Chinese, when the Chinese get nuked, a lot of map that you can play and fuck around with vanishes for good. And obviously there's a few key buildings like the Universal Petroleum building, which gets permanently destroyed, and some bridges and other key infrastructures, they all get taken out. So the same for the allies, a couple of negative. So it's always choose the allies because there's more area afterwards to fuck around with. Regarding obviously all the tools and shit, you get basically to save money, and that's it. You can fuck the videos I've done. You can basically fuck about with all the sides, make them hate you, murder everyone, and either bribe them or just kill the opposition and don't get caught. And you get your relations back, which is fucking hilarious. But like I said, essentially do all the challenges, which some are fucking broken and rigged, and it's a pain in the ass. As I said, especially the Jamaican boat challenge, which was a twat to do, which I eventually did get it because obviously you basically become Jamaicans aren't a major thing, but you get to upgrade all the Venezuelan army, all their toys. Obviously, the more you play for that. So obviously it's good to be with the Jamaicans, obviously. So in all, there's 5 factions you can basically be a dick with, and the never-ending saga continues. Obviously, you can basically destroy every building, and then unless it's a key building which won't respawn, but essentially destroy the whole map, reload the game, fine hunky dory. Because me and my friend of mine on Xbox, Digger, I don't know if he's back. I've not seen him for years. I think missed him to be fair. And me and him, we spent hours on Xbox. This is probably 12, 13 years ago. We were playing. We're just dicking around in Mercenaries 2 online, which is a shame it shut down now. The servers for years back. But yeah, we fucked about. We also used cheats and that jazz. We we had so much fun breaking the game. It was hilarious, like the crap you do, and this was great with co-op. And there was DLC for the game too, which I got a 360 copy to find and download. You know, I've got it on my system, on my hard drive still on Xbox. You can't access it because you need to connect to a server to play it, which is bullshit. I mean, it's the Barack Obama, which you can find. I found on YouTube. You can find it. I think it's the President Pack or some shit where you can basically in 2008 elections, obviously Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, you can play as either character. And I wish I was taking the piss. It was hilarious. I'm not even taking the piss. I wanted to get Oswald Machines 2 on the console to play that DLC because it's fucking hilarious. But there is videos out there from like 10 years ago with it, unless you get cheats or mods or whatever to download it, which is a fine hindsight. So as I said, multiplayer was fucking hilarious. 2-player co-op, it was great. It was absolutely. You can play fucking around with the helicopters. I think we used to carry each other in a helicopter around, blow each other in the tanks, or within for ammo and stuff like that. But the downside for the PC, I will note, you can't use cheats. There's a patch which came out, obviously when the game came out, with loads of bugs it fixed apparently. But there was the version I've got, which you buy. For PC, the cheats do not work, unfortunately. I tried getting them working, but I had a quick Google search, and yeah, you have this version, you can't get cheats. Console, you can, but as I said, I've not probably played console because I've still got the PC version, which I'll restart from scratch. Essentially, the only major difference with console and PC is obviously PC has slightly higher graphics, and obviously more shit to do. Despite the obviously the bugs you have with the sniper rifle with the field of view, obviously shit doesn't load properly until you get close, which is a pain in the ass because obviously you don't know some console. PC you do, and it's obvious. Like I've got loads of clips. I probably get some on the background. I think still somewhere, but overall, the story is obviously cliche. It's cliche. There's shitloads of fucking bad jokes on that jazz, and obviously did stereotyping stuff like that. And I said the story is good, obviously, but basically Mercury 2, basically you paid to just go nuts. Obviously your revenge quest, which for some reason when I played it on the PC, it was easy to hit the boss first time round, which I vaguely remember on the console to be 3 or 4 attempts, would piss me off. But for some reason, unless I just was lucky with it, to be fair, which I want to say luck, well, obviously the final bosses, whatever. But yeah, you can spend out. I think I got 100 from a new save I had, because obviously I restart my saves all the time. I think I got 100% on the console, 100% because there is a secret ending as well, which is a twat to do. You don't get. I don't think you get achievement for it. I need to check my Xbox if I'm going to be asked, but there's no achievements on PC, but on console there is. And essentially you have to capture every HVT. I think it's 50 HVTs you have to capture alive. Now that's a twat. That was an absolute twat to do, because either the AI will be a dick and AI will be AI under fucking fire grenades, use a tanks or stuff like to take you out, and it is a twat to do. But there's a secret ending, which to be honest, it's not worth it. I can't remember the ending, and I don't know, it was just disappointing, but I don't think there's achievements on it, which is like, for fuck's sake. Obviously there's a type of HVTs, so there is that Easter egg. And on the top of my head, I think there's a few minis I can't fucking remember, but yeah, the secret ending isn't worth it. But if you want to have a challenge, which was frustrating, but yeah, on this last save I did on the Xbox in 2014 before I got the PC, I think I had 100 hours or some shit like that onto the save, which again, I had to love I think I had to get a disc twice back in the day because I played it that fucking much. That's how much wear and tear I got the bitch. So again, like I said, I've been playing this game for 12, 13 years, and I will happily that's when you know a game's good. I'll happily jump into it. I mean, obviously, like I said, people do ask for videos and requests and all that jazz, which I'll obviously eventually come through and sort it out essentially. But again, the main question, like, obviously, it's a nostalgia because people don't receive merch. I remember the first TikTok videos I kept doing back in the obviously last year. I'm only doing TikTok for a year and a half now. People saying I've actually hit mercenary talk because I think it was me and I think I have a handful of people would post mercenary videos. Same with Ruse and same with a few other videos like classic games, which obviously on the modern era a lot of people don't play unless you have access to obviously torrent download it or find a copy like I do essentially. So it's nice to see obviously people do over the moon. But again, another main factor is there will not be a Mercenaries free. It'll be a beautiful dream on the Unreal Engine, Unreal 5. But another thing is obviously after Mercenaries 2 came out, I'm pretty sure EA surely, I think this is back in 2008, yeah, I think it's 2008 when it came out, 2009 when obviously EA probably took over or some shit, they shut down Violation like they do with other companies, you son of a bitch. Same with obviously Command & Conquer series Westwood, you fucking dick, which was another review time for that. But obviously shut down studio and there was a Mercenaries 3 in development, but obviously it's got cancelled because it shut down. I mean, that would have been fucking incredible. It's what we need essentially is another game like Mercenaries. It's all we need. Everyone's crying for it. Same with fucking a new Burnout game. Same with a new Command & Conquer game. A lot of us fans, we want this shit. We want it. But we obviously Need for Speed's come out, and to be honest with you, I'm swaying into getting it in the future because it's, even though it's like, oh yeah, but it's not Underground 2, it's like, oh, whatever. So yeah, but we've got it. We've got the old. We need to kind of move on from it. I mean, there are Easter eggs obviously in all Need for Speed games, but it's actually come sort of back to the roots of the past with a modern touch because obviously a new generation of gamers. Again, back to obviously playing Mercenaries 2. There are loads of obviously destruction build games like Teardown and Vestige, I think it is, which it's not as effective to be fair, but obviously it's a full destruction of basically destroying everything about you. Well, probably your rig dying, and obviously was it Bricks Blocks, I think it is, on the PC. Basically Lego simulates Lego, but not Lego, but so there is stuff out there. But again, it would be a dream for Mercenary for a Mercenary 3 to come out if EA goes, hey, we're gonna build this. But to be honest, I honestly don't think they will. Which is an absolute shame because it's just, again, the meme still goes, yeah, show him at the ass. Matthias Nielsen, my favourite Swede, honestly, character Swede in game, real life Swede obviously is Joe from Vinesource. I fucking love Joe. I love Vinesource, I love Joe, so I'm gonna put that in a quote somewhere, and hopefully if he sees that, holy shit, I'll love him forever. But here's what he says, he's not Swedish, but he's Swedish fucking meatballs, the twit. Anyway, I'm rambling on about shit and all that jazz, but again, despite the major bugs with the game, obviously shit not loading properly, the AI not operating properly in some missions where shit doesn't trigger properly, it's a fantastic game. It is, despite the issue. Again, it's a game I will happily jump back in and have fun and just be a complete twat. It's one. I don't think there's a game like it, to be fair. Still, as I mentioned, there's not a game that I'm aware of that comes to this scale, even for a game for 2008. It's 14 years old, and it still holds dear to obviously myself and obviously loads of you guys. It holds a sentimental value, and that won't ever change. But all we're going to think of in the future for a new Mercenaries that isn't as buggy, isn't a complete mess. Please don't fuck it up. But yeah, that's it. Mercenaries 2, again, what a gem, what an absolute broken gem. But I don't know what I'm reviewing next, to be fair, for videos, but essentially I'm only reviewing videos that I've completed, or stuff like obviously online games I play which have no end date kind of shit, like obviously War Fun and stuff like that. But any games that I've completed or games that I won't be doing a series on, I'll just basically get footage or video on itself, like I think flat out other games that take the piss through. I mean, I know Dirt 4, I'm moving on from Dirt 4 because obviously it won votes to basically move on, because basically per video will be one championship, which I can't be asked because I think there's 10 15 championships, just like a move on. And it was looking like I would be playing Metro 2033, you son of a bitches. I'm going to shit myself playing that game. That's not right now. I just need to finish off doing some other games, because there is loads to be fair to do. I'm trying to blitz Tropical 4 because there's another 15 missions, but I do like playing that game, so yeah. But yeah, again, if you have any suggestions for games to review that I think I've got, feel free to obviously comment or whatever, or if I say I've already got it, just check out my game review section for that jazz. But again, thank you very much for the support, and obviously until next time, eggs and bacon.